want to talk about the long sound of U, which is one of the reasons why it can be a little bit of a challenge. U has two long sounds. It can say its whole name, U, it's a diphthong. Diphthong means the sound changes from the beginning to the end of it. My mouth shape changes from the beginning of the sound to the end of the sound. Watch, U, two mouth shapes and all of the infinite mouth shapes in the middle, in between. That's a diphthong, where it morphs from the beginning to the end of the sound. One sound, technically infinity sounds. So the long sound for U can be U, or just that last part, oo. U, or just oo. So when it says U, that's the name of the letter, right? And it's like you are doing just fine. But the oo sound is made with your mouth shape in just that final part of the sound that we made first. So you, my lips are out there puckered, that's the sound of the second choice. Ooh, you, ooh. Now, how do you know which one it's going to say? That's the golden question, but it's not too hard actually, and you don't even have to think about it because your brain's going to do it automatically. So here's our goal for the day. Try not to think about if the sound is you or ooh, because your brain's going to take care of that for you. Here's what's going to happen. Your mouth is going to produce the sound naturally based on the shape that your mouth was in when it made the sound before it. Let me say that again. The sound is going to come out naturally based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So for instance, if the word was music, if you'll notice, it was that whole U sound because my mouth was already in a it was already stretched out. So it's easy to say music. However, if the word is flu, my mouth in that L shape is already in that puckered shape. So it's not going to back up and make the whole U sound. Watch, it's not going to be flu. That's too much work. It's not natural for it to come out that way. It's going to come out naturally, easily flowing. We don't even have to think about it. Flu. So in order for you to know if it's going to say you or ooh, the key is to not think about it. It will come out naturally. So let's let that little stress sit over there and let our subconscious brain take care of that. For spelling of it, we're going to use a U for the long U sound, either one, as long as there is another vowel in the next one or two spots. That's the tap 2 rule. So when we're spelling the oo sound, oo or U, we're going to use a U first. There's also another spelling, that OO, but we're going to get to that later. We always try the single vowel first. If it works, stop, you're done. And you know it works if there's another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. If there's another vowel here or here in the next 1 or 2 spots, the U will be perfect, stop, you're done. For the sound, we always start with a U. However, now here's what I meant about U being a little bit of a challenge. Every single vowel can say That is the schwa sound. And every single vowel can change to the schwa sound and say You just got through A and O. You know that both of those can say right? Every letter can actually say but we're going to go over those patterns so that you'll be able to make educated assumptions when it comes to spelling. For today, it's going to be nice and simple. You're going to use the U, which is the most common spelling of the sound for the most part, if the next 2 letters are consonants, or if it's a consonant in the end of the word. Okay, we're going to keep it nice and simple, and we're going to introduce each new spelling for that sound one at a time, and I'll teach you the pattern so that you can know when to use each one. Sound fair? All right, let me share my screen. So our first word that I want for us to do together is umut. Whenever a U is the first letter and it follows the tap 2 rule, if it's a long U, if there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away, you don't have to wonder if it's going to say oo or U because there is no letter before it. It's going to say U. So if U is the first letter and it's long, it's not going to say oo, it's going to say U. So our first word is umut. Let's do that one together. umut. U, t. Consonants. U, t. Vowels. Here's our U. There's another vowel in the next one or two spots. So this U will spell U here just fine. For the sound, we're going to use a U as long as there is not a vowel one or two doors away, which there's not. So this is the perfect spelling for the sound in this word. Okay, your word is U-tug. U-tug. Go ahead. Yeah, put it in the chat for me so I can see it. U-tug. Nice. Good. And my last sound there is a hard g, like girl. U-tug. Okay, so our consonants are U, T, G. For the U sound, I'm going to use a U right here, which is perfect because there's a vowel one or two doors away. So it can say its long sound U. For the sound, I'm going to spell it with a U as long as there's not a vowel one or two doors away, which there's not. So that can spell there perfectly. There's U-tug. So far, so good, right? Okay, let's keep going. Our next word is spun tub. Together, spun tub. We have sp, n, t, b. Consonants. Sp, n, t, b. Vowels. Can this U say here? Yes, because there are two consonants after it. There's not a vowel there or there. Can this U spell here? Yes, because there's not a vowel there or there. So these two U's make the same sound for the same reason. They both say because there's not a vowel one or two spots away. Spun tub. Okay, your word is pruntup. Pruntup. Go ahead. Pruntup. That was fast. Pruntup. Yeah, it's a p at the end. It's a p like pretzel at the end. Pruntup. Yeah. Okay, good, Anne-Marie. So our consonants are p, n, t, p. Vowels. This you can say and this you can say for the same reason. There's not a vowel in the next one or two spots. There's not a vowel in the next one or two spots. If that's the case, both of those U's can make their short sound and say and that's the best choice for spelling. Pruntup. Okay, feeling good? All right, let's step it up just a little bit. This next word is usapub. Usapub. Now remember, when you hear U at the beginning, don't spell it Y-O-U. That is for a word all by itself. When you hear U at the beginning, now you know that that's just a long U. That's just a long U saying its name. So our word is usapub. U-S-A-P-A-B. Consonants. U-S-A-P-A-B. Vowels. This I know is just a long U saying its name, U, and it's long because there's a vowel one or two doors away. This sound, I'm going to start with a U. Can that U say U there? No, it can't, because there's a vowel right there or right there. That would force it to say U. I don't want it to say U. I want it to say but that's short, and that a short vowel requires two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now it can say and then this can spell the sound just fine right here because it's a consonant in the end of the word. Usapub. Yeah? Okay, try yours. Uladud. No, wait. Uladup. You-la-dup. Go ahead. Let me say it again. You-la-dup. You-la-dup. Put it in the Q&A when you're done. You-la-dup. There you go. Nice, Sarah. You-la-dup. So close on that one. You-la. I want that middle sound to say So think about what that needs. You-la-dup. You-la-dup. Good, Lily. And then that last sound is a p like pig. You-la-dup. There we go. That's better. Better, Layla. You-la-dup. Okay. Consonants. U, ul, d, p. Okay. Vowels. For the U sound, that's just a U saying its name because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So that's perfect the way it is. I want this to say Can it say here? No, because there's a vowel right there. In order for it to say it must have 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. Now it can say And for this sound, it can also say right here just fine because there's not a vowel there or there. There's you-la-dup. Yeah. Nice. Very good, Daryl. Very good, Sheldon. Nice. Okay, would you please put it in the chat if my volume is okay with this microphone being at this distance, or if you need it to be louder? Okay or louder? Okay, that's good to know. So far, everybody is saying okay. So if you're having a hard time hearing it, see if your volume can go up just a little bit more, and I can always put it a little bit closer if that helps. Okay. Number 4. Okay, number 4 is flumud. Flumud together. F, u, m, d. Consonants. F, u, m, d. Vowels. Now, I know you're thinking this, aren't you? You're thinking, well, the bird flew over the cuckoo's nest. That's spelled with the EW. It is, but that's a completely different situation. This EW is a spelling pattern for a different kind of word that we're going to learn about in this month. But this is the pattern that we're working on today. When you hear the oo or u sound in the anywhere in the word, and well, in the beginning or middle actually, but don't think about that because that'll confuse you. If you hear the oo sound, the long U sound, spell it with a U if you can. If it works, stop, you're done. Does it work here? Sure does. Because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So that's all I need is just a U. We always start with a regular single vowel first. If it works, stop, you're done. And you know it works if there's a vowel there or there. So that is perfect. And then for the sound, that you can spell right there because there's not a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So that is why that is flumud. That is why those 2 U's say 2 different things because of the 2 letters that come after it or the 2 spots that come after it. Okay, your word is prunub. Prunub. P-r-u-n-u-b. Prunub. Don't worry if this lesson is hard for you. U is a challenge. It's not you, it's the letter. U is hard. Prunub, b, like a boy. Prunub. Okay. Consonants are p, r, u, n, b. Prunub. For the oo sound, I'm going to start with a U right here. Can it say oo there? Yeah. Yeah. And if you'll notice, this said U. This said oo. It said ooh because of the shape of your mouth when it made that R. Peru. Or this one also said ooh because of the shape of your mouth when it made that ul. Flu, mud. Peru, nub. Okay? But you didn't even have to think about it, did you? It just came out naturally. Your subconscious is doing a good job. And then for the sound, it's going to be spelled with a U, just fine right there. Okay, let's see if we can fit in one or two more. Let's do a challenging one and then an easy one to end off on. Challenging one. Prutundov. Prutundov. P r u t a n d a v. Prutundov. And let me still set you up for success. It's going to end with a VE. Prutundov. Lily, I'm hoping those passwords are in the module for you. I'm really hoping because it's about to start in 3 minutes. So Prutundov. Don't spell dove, D-O-V-E. Yep, we're going to just use. Prutundov. Okay, consonants. P, R, U, T, A, N, D, A, V. Whenever you spell a word that ends with a V, you must have a silent E after it. That's a rule for V. Now for the oo sound, a U will work just fine right here because there's a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. For the sound, a U will work just fine right here because the next 2 letters are consonants. And for the sound right here, it can be, this is probably a poor choice for a word. It can be this U because this E is working for the V, not for the U. But that was a poor choice. But if you got this, it was a poor choice on my part. But if you got that, then well done. But if you were confused, then that was my fault, not yours. Okay, last one. Let's do a little bit of an easier one. Splunt. Splunt. Sp-l-a-n-t. Splunt. Splunt. Good. Yep. And the last sound is a t, like Tom. Splunt. Splunt. So we have consonants. Sp, l, 3-letter consonant blend right there. A-n-t. And then our U is going to spell Do you feel a little better about U? Now, mastery is not required. We are just beginning U month. This is your first lesson in U month. So you don't have to have mastery of U today. We're going to have lots of sessions on U with lots of reviews of the 2 long sounds, of when to spell the U with the U sound with a U, with an OO, with a EW, with a U consonant silent E. You're going to learn a lot about U, but you're going to feel better and better every time you come because we're going to repeat and repeat, and it's going to sink deeper and deeper into your brain. All right, my friends, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me and increasing your literacy skills. You never cease to impress me. Okay, I'll see you in reading class if you're there. If not, I'll see you Wednesday. Bye, everybody.